Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. Lovely to see you. Welcome on back to It Gets Better Project. And today we are joined by the ever lovely JeffBrutlag. Hello. How
Hello,
are you?
hello. I am
Hello. Good to
doing
see
well.
you. Glad to have you with us today. Would you like to start us off by sharing a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Jeff. Here on Twitch, you can find us typically playing lots of games for the first time. We also love to do like spooky games. We love to just kind of hang out and be queer as heck.
Yeah.
Most of what we do here. I am also a writer. That has been a little less active since Twitch has gotten like a lot more busy for me, but it's still very core of my being. I'm often like diving into like how much I love stories in video games and how much I love it as a storytelling method.
Yeah.
Um, I have a cat who's probably gonna make his way up here at some point. um, and I'm just happy to be here. I'm just a cozy bean. That's what I try to
Yay!
be.
Well, we're happy to have you with us today, and thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself. Um, so obviously you stream on Twitch. Would you be able to tell us a little bit about like your Twitch journey, what got you involved with Twitch?
Yeah, sure. So I knew, oh my God, I learned about Twitch, I think it was like 2013. And I didn't really know much about it other than there was a YouTuber I watched that started streaming on it. And it was kind of one of those things I just kept in the back of my mind of just like, oh, it'd be really cool to stream on there someday, but I just don't have the equipment. So someday.
Yeah.
Um, and then time kind of went on. I was actually making videos on YouTube for a while because
Oh, wow, okay.
that was like the hit thing. So I did a lot of vlogging there, but it just wasn't getting like the engagement I wanted from content creation. So when I learned that I had a PS4, so I just booted up a stream from there, just being like, let's try it. I'm too scared to play Resident Evil 7 by myself anyway. Uh,
Great
so
game,
I
by the way.
lovely game, absolutely love it. But I was still like very sensitive to horror at that time, so I was
Mm-hmm.
very like, I need to feel like someone's here.
Yeah.
So I just booted up a stream. I had my like friend of gosh, I've been friends with her since like my freshman year of high school. She was there. She's been on Twitch since like close to the Justin TV
Oh,
days.
wow,
Um,
okay.
yeah. And then I had another friend who was like started streaming around that time. He was watching too. And from then on, like my friend from high school, she was like, I think you can do this. Like, I think you can do really well with this. So I just kept going and here I am now.
Wow, I love that so much. Mine was kind of the same. I wanted to basically just make some friends. You know, I figured I
Mm,
was already playing games, why not do it with an audience?
right, right,
I was not a fan of like I enjoyed watching Let's Plays on YouTube at the time, but I wanted to chat with people. I wanted that
right.
connection. And it's funny that you mentioned that, you know, you didn't want to play like a scary game by yourself. I think the first like full game that I played on my channel was BioShock. I know for a lot of people it's not scary, but for me it was terrifying. It was so good. It was so good.
That game kind of like makes you like hit the ground running though. Like you're
Yeah.
in there and then suddenly everything is bad.
Yup. Everything is disastrous and it has a great story attached to it, and that kind of just made me go down the whole, okay, what else do I need to play that has a really
Mhm.
good story? But that's fantastic. So when you set out, obviously you said, you know, you wanted to play games and to interact with people. Did you always have like a prominent queer space, or were discussing queer topics in your channel, or did that sort of evolve as you kept streaming?
I I think, like discussing queer things on the internet was something I had always really done. So there was a short stint where I was like doing just like blogging
Hmm.
about queer stuff as well. And uh it was I had like my content creation journey overall has taken lots of twists and turns. So but it had always kind of been like queerness at the center of it. So when it came to streaming on Twitch, I knew it was gonna be like I had the idea of it just kind of being like, oh, I'm playing video games in front of an audience and we're having fun together. But I knew being like openly queer on the internet, being openly gay, there was gonna be those things that come up anyway.
Of
So
course.
I was always prepared to have discussions around those things while playing a video game anyway.
Hmm.
So I think it's just, it would have, to me, it would have felt like it just had to be there.
Of course, of course. I uh I I feel I was always questioning, and I think for my first few years it wasn't a topic that was brought up by myself or the community. So
Mhm.
then I feel like I kind of made that, hey, I'm out. And then I wanted to have that sort of incorporated in my community, obviously a safe space, but a space where folks could talk about certain issues as well while we play really fun games. Something that I love about your channel is you have that great balance of being able to talk about really tough things while having a good time. You know, a lot of channels think you have to do one or both. You can do both together. Um,
Right.
it's
Right.
hard sometimes to juggle, but it can be done. And you're a great example of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, hey, that's something I admire about you as well. You keep like,
Stop it. No, you.
because I think there, because I think like what's nice here is like you also show this way of like, you can be playing something and like you can be kind of revolving around a very specific interest for people, and
Mm,
like that itself kind of has like it lightens the mood a little bit, and then like
right,
you can also have a discussion while doing that. Like it's these discussions don't have to be like necessarily downers or like hard to have.
right.
It's just, it's just we're just hanging out and we're talking about things that we just go through.
Right, exactly. And sharing different experiences. And I love that so much. So, you talked about a little bit earlier about how you had a blog. Was this
Mm.
kind of what inspired your journey into writing, or was that something separate?
So, oh my gosh. Well, let's dig deep in the archives now. So, what actually started my interest in writing was did you ever go on Gaia Online?
I think I did for a little bit, but I wasn't super in the community. I think when a lot of friends were on Gaia, I was still on Neopets. So,
Got it, got it. Yeah, no, I don't even remember how I found it out, but for those who don't know what it is, it's essentially I call it MySpace for like anime nerds.
mhm.
Uh, and they have a lot of forums on there that you can discuss things in, and a lot of them were like role play forums. And I remember stumbling into that world somehow, and what it essentially was you creating a character, playing as said character, which includes a level of having to creatively write.
Mhm.
And as I was doing that, I was like, whoa, wait, I actually really like this. And then I kind of like, as you get like later in your high school years, they're like, get a job. So I was like, I guess there is a job around this, right? People have to write books somehow.
Right,
So
right.
that's kind of how I got into like, um, that's how I got into going into like being an English major with like some focus in literature and creative writing.
Oh, I love that. I
And
actually didn't know you were an English major.
yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
English major as well.
Uh, I think I remember you saying that on the stream one
Yeah,
time, and I was
yeah.
like, no wonder we vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
uh, but it was in college that I was starting to experiment with blogging a little bit. I think I wanted something to like hold myself accountable, to be like, this is something I can contribute to maybe once a week, once every other week, something I can just like write for myself as opposed to something I'm writing for class.
Yeah.
So that's how I got started doing that.
I love that. And I love how it's kind of stemmed and morphed. And like you said, your content creation journey is ever evolving. But I feel like everything to where you've gotten at this point had bits and pieces pulled from all of this, which is so fascinating. I love
It's
it.
funny how you learn a bunch of things from all the things you do just in life.
Yeah.
And you apply it to wherever you go.
Big time. Big time. Yeah, Sulky, we were talking about Gaia Online. Jeff was a big fan. Does it still exist? It's
It
gone,
does.
right? Oh, it does,
Oh
really?
no, I logged on the other day, and I'm
Oh,
surprised I
amazing.
remembered both my username and my
Yes.
password. I was like, oh my god, that's it.
I
It
love
looks
it.
pretty much the same too.
Cool. Oh, that's dope. I can't say the same for Neopets, and they've gone into the NFT
Thanks.
sector, which honestly, I joke, right? NFT is terrible, but
Mm,
if there's one company that was always meant to be in the NFT area, Neopets. Look at
I,
all the images they got.
that's true. You have a point. You have a
Like,
point.
I hate it, but
Yeah.
this actually makes sense.
Yeah. This. Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about your writing. We talked a little bit about your beginning of the streaming journey. So you started off playing scary games. Do you still play scary games now, or have your favorite genres kind of evolved.
Oh, I still love a scary game.
Yeah.
I typically play them every Friday. I always I with a like a little asterisk
Mhm.
kind of thing of being like sometimes if I want to play a scary game during the week I will because it's one of my favorite genres. But I always like to make sure there's one day a week where I do because there's a level of storytelling that comes from things that you're just like afraid of that I feel like
Yes.
we don't get from like and while I love like a cute, comfy, cozy game
Of
for sure,
course.
like there's an aspect of like the human psyche and just storytelling that you don't get from something that's not scary.
Exactly. And the different topics that can be discussed in a scary game as well. I mean, I
Oh
know a
yeah.
lot of people set out to say, oh, it's just scary, it's just scary. I recently played the Mortuary Assistant demo with no spoilers. Incredible. If you haven't played it,
Oh god.
highly, highly suggest. Um, but it has a story interwoven with it, and then the full game will as well.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of times the different plot points, you've seen it done before, like mental illness,
Yeah.
anxiety, depression, trauma with a loss. It's still great, in my opinion, to play through these types of games. There's some sort of catharsis about seeing and experiencing this.
Yeah, yeah. I think because I know and a lot of that sometimes I think we've definitely had discussions around like what kind of things should or should not be shown in a video
Mm,
game. And I think sometimes, horror is kind of one of those things where the line gets a little bit blurred,
it
even though like
does.
the line is still there. Like it's
Yeah.
still very much like don't cross this certain line, but it's kind of the line gets sometimes the line moves a little bit.
Hmm.
And yeah, no, I agree in the sense that, you know, if you're in like the right headspace and like the right mindset to tackle like a story with those heavy topics,
Hmm.
it's really interesting to go through them and be like, wow, that is actually how I felt when I experienced a similar thing, or like
Right.
the way that they turned this into like the way they like kind of folded this into like a horror genre just worked really well.
Yeah, for sure. There's a game that I really have been wanting to play, but I know where I'm at in my life right now. I can't, so it's on my wish list. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. Martha is Dead, I believe is the name.
I just watched the trailers for that the other day, and I
Did
am
you?
already like, I'm ready. I'm
Yeah,
ready for it.
yeah. It looks incredible. It got really good reviews. I was reading that. Um, it's psychological horror, but some folks said it was a lot. So I said, you know what? Let me put a pin in this. Let me see where I'm at in a month, and maybe we'll come
Yeah,
back to
bookmark
it.
escalator. Yeah, no, I totally support that.
Yeah, yeah. And you said too that obviously you enjoy playing scary games with a community. Have you ever recorded yourself playing a scary game, say for like YouTube or something? And what do you feel is the difference between, recorded content and live content in regards to scary games?
When I stream scary games,
Mm,
it's I my favorite one of my favorite things to do just because when I know people are there, I know some people might be on edge. Some people might be like giving it a go, like, oh, maybe I can watch a scary game today. Who knows? I try to make it fun. So I try to like make funny comments about what's going on.
oh,
Like I
same. Yeah.
literally like I've played so many horror games to this point now where like some like grotesque looking like bubbly monster can come out of a door and I'd be like, gross. Like no reaction, just ew. Um, so I think if I were to do it with just by myself,
Yeah.
it would it would be a lot more of that.
Hmm.
Maybe a lot more just trying to talk myself through certain situations, trying to figure
Yeah.
things out. But I think the difference would be there'd be less of a community interaction because what I've learned
Right.
is my community what you will learn as a Twitch like streamer yourself is your community is hilarious. They've
Big
got so many
time.
funny things to say
Yup.
about things that you're
Yup.
playing, and I think that's what's really fun about streaming horror games is they come up with comments and things that I never would have thought of while I'm playing it. So,
Absolutely same. Yeah.
um, I think it would be fun to record it, but I much prefer doing it like with an audience
Yeah,
there.
I found that out. I was trying to record Resident Evil 3 myself.
Mm,
And not only did I get incredibly lost for about 20 minutes, which really
oh
isn't
god.
new for me in a horror game or any sort of story based game, But I realized how much I missed the chat interaction, not backseating or anything like that, but I just missed the funny commentary of working through a game. So I said, you know what? If I want to have any sort of YouTube content, I think I'm just going to repurpose, because having chat
Yeah.
there is a big thing for me, especially when playing a scary game. Because then I think to myself, okay, now I'm alone in a room, whereas I'm not seeing, like that chat box
Right.
going, right? Because you
Right. And
are alone in
especially,
a room, but people are there with you. It's different.
yeah.
I can't explain
Yeah.
it.
It's there simply God, human brains are something. I think
Yeah.
it's just that simply that fact of just like I know people are watching me.
Hmm.
There's enough there to be like there is a presence and I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a consensual handhold with your
Yeah.
friends.
Oh, little we're like we're all holding hands.
Yep.
Let's all do this together. Nemesis can't get us now.
Exactly. I love it so much. So you do a lot of scary games on Fridays. What are some of your other genres that you really enjoy? So you say cozy, like
Love a good
sim
like
simulator stuff.
cozy
Yeah.
simulator stuff. You know what, simulator stuff I used to not be super into until I
Mm-hmm.
played Stardew Valley, and then I was like, wait a minute,
Yes. Oh my
this
God.
is actually kind of
Stardew.
great.
Don't even get me
Mm-hmm.
started on Stardew. And
So
oh
many
my
hours.
God. It's so funny too with Stardew, like being queer. It's there. Oh, who are you going to marry? Everybody all the time. And I don't ask me a hard question that I can't answer.
I know why should I choose? There are so
Right.
many.
Stardew is great. My first simulation game that I ever played growing up was The Sims.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
OG Sims and
OG.
OG Sims. So I've
Wow.
been playing that for a good portion of my life now. I don't remember when the first one came out. Maybe I was 10. Um, and I loved it so much, and it helped me really explore a lot, because The Sims, I believe, was the only game at the time and one of the first games where you could have same sex marriages and same sex like dating. And
Oh yeah.
it really helped me kind of explore. And I love that a lot of other simulation games like Stardew Valley still keep that going.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think that's like because I'm big into like really like narrative driven games or just games where, you're following a character through something.
Hmm.
Um and what's so nice about simulation games is like in a sense like it can still have that narrative aspect even if it's not
Right.
overtly there. Like The
Yeah.
Sims, you're literally creating your own stories.
Hmm.
Like if you just do like the gameplay through it and like you have a couple characters doing things, the story starts playing itself. And
Right.
I think that's super cool.
Yeah. I bet you love that too from a writing perspective, because you're creating stories all the time. So to be able to do that in a video game is really awesome.
Oh yeah, there was a year when I was thinking about doing National Novel Writing Month. For those who don't
Oh,
know,
yeah.
in November, there's NaNoWriMo is that's actually like its own organization, and every November, people they challenge people to write 50,000 words in a month, in that whole month of
Wow.
November. And there was a year I was kind of like trying to get prepared for it.
Hmm.
And by doing that, I actually made all my characters, all my central characters in The Sims. So the idea was that to be kind of like to get like a visualization of them, but also like do some like
Awesome.
interactions with them in there. It didn't get that far, but like I still got to create them and see them and like talk about them a little bit on stream. So I thought that was really
Wow.
fun too.
That's so neat. And I'm very much a visual person. So I know I was an English major, but uh especially when it comes to fantasy settings for me, I have a hard time visualizing it if I don't have it in front of me. So for
Right.
example, like Lord of the Rings, I'm trying to envision it and I can't. So, I'm looking at the movie and I go, oh, okay, this makes sense. So coming from a writing perspective, I'm sure you're not the only one that's done that, but that is brilliant. I would have never thought of doing something like that.
I'm not a good artist.
No,
So
but that's
uh
so cool.
there we go.
Yeah, you don't need to be. There's tools there. Just got to get creative, and you did.
Yeah, I did my best. Listen, people try to get me into like custom content from Sims, and then I
Hmm.
was like, listen, they're like, I had some mods also being like, okay, if you start going down that road, you're never gonna stop. And I was like,
No, you are not. I will re-go through my custom content folder multiple times a year and just ditch everything and then just start re-downloading new stuff. But it can get, whew, if you don't have a computer that's set out to do that for The Sims, oh my gosh. There's a lot of folks in the community that, they need really good computers and
Yeah.
they'll get talked down to of, oh, well, you're only playing The Sims. Do you know what that takes to run? It is a
I've
hefty
seen
game.
I've seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes some work out of your computer for
Yeah.
sure.
Big
Woo.
time. Big time. All right. So we talked about writing. We talked about some favorite games. We talked about streaming. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your queer journey?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So it was, it's one of those things where, the older I get, the more I realize it was probably there most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I feel you on that.
there were always some like little bits and hints and like thinking about it, like in the third grade,
Mhm.
I had a male teacher, and I remember being like, "There's a way I'm feeling about him that's different than I felt about anybody else.
Yep.
What is this?"
Yep.
But it's like it's one of those things where it's just like you don't have the language for it when you're 8 or 9 years old, so you're just
Oh,
like
absolutely.
tucking that away.
Yep.
Um,
Gonna
and it
unpack
wasn't
that
in
later.
yeah, so I'm just like, well, whatever. So that wasn't until like seventh grade when I noticed it again, like hardcore, and I was like, now this is something. So it just kind of stayed at the forefront of my mind. But again, the only language I really had to reference that was people saying gay as an insult.
Yeah.
So if like being gay meant liking men and that was a bad thing, I didn't want to consider myself bad.
Hmm.
So I was like, I can't possibly be this thing. So I just didn't really even consider that was it. So kind of as like I processed it a little more and realized that it's not a bad thing. Um, it's just a thing people are. It's just I didn't come out until I was 16, and friends overall took it pretty well. I think anyone who didn't want to interact with me after I came out with that kind of just silently fell off, which
Gotcha.
is preferred.
Right, right.
Looking back at it, then I don't know if I would have been able to handle like mean comments about it.
Of course.
So I was kind of glad that they took that route. Parents were an interesting it was an interesting bunch because I think that's where I showed like that's where I learned that like sometimes people can surprise you
Hmm.
in that like you could be like my mom I remember just was like so openly homophobic before I came out. Like she had like made a comment when we were in a Target about a same-sex couple that we saw, and at that time I was pretty much out to most people. So I heard her say that and I was like, well, what'd you say that for? Like, um, and that kind of like she's someone that liked to like read between the lines.
Hmm.
So she was like, oh, my son's probably saying it because of this.
Right.
So she asked me, and I was like, yes. So she kind of took some time to process that, and she came around and was eventually one of my biggest supporters.
Good.
Um, my dad was my dad doesn't know how to be emotion like just show emotion very well.
Gotcha.
He doesn't it's so I didn't really get much of a response when I told him. So I was always kind of left in the dark about how he really felt.
Mm.
So it was a very like I was never uncomfortable about my sexuality around him. It was just one of those things where it's like I don't know if it's something I can actually talk about and like think that you care
Right.
kind of a thing. So um yeah. And now it's just I'm here, I'm queer, and
Yeah.
I kind of look at a lot of what I went through and like some of the I hesitate to call them hardships because they weren't like they were things to figure out
Right.
as far as coming out because it's like it's I was hoping that I would come out and it would just be good.
Right.
But I came out and it was kind of like, okay, interesting. Not
Right.
what I was expecting in a different way.
Yeah.
um, so, but I think all of that kind of like helped me figure out that it's it's gonna be okay because I'm gonna figure it out.
Right, right. And you did, and we all still are. I just went on a brand new journey myself in regards to different pronouns, and I've been trying out
Yeah.
like she, her, sometimes they. I'm still kind of like dipping a toe in the water. And I'm really glad that you had such a good support system, like a solid foundation to try and explore and be able to find
Mhm.
yourself. Because sometimes we don't get that. And it
It's so
wasn't,
important.
yeah, it really wasn't until I was on Twitch where I said, yeah, this is me. I'm looking back at my life. I'm saying, okay, there are hints of stuff there. It's funny that you say third grade because I specifically remember going to see The Mummy with one of my best friends and my aunt. We went like opening weekend. I know you're going to know. So,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
the first scene that you get, I forget the actress's name, and Anaxuna Moon. She's walking through with like this chain mail. You don't really see anything, but she's scantily clad, and I went, "Ew." And same sort of realization as you. I'm going, okay, I'm gonna tuck that later. Like I don't really know what that means. Um, but looking back now, I'm going, bingo, you know?
Yup. Yup.
And
Yup.
it wasn't until I was making some really incredible friendships on Twitch, specifically with, queer women, lesbians,
Mhm.
bi women. And I went, yeah, this has been something that I've been dealing with a really long time. It wasn't just a phase in college. It wasn't this or that or the other thing. And I officially, came out. And thank God, I have a beautiful, supportive spouse that was
Mhm.
right there with me. And um, it's just this, we always talk about this, but a support system to allow you to be your true self, your authentic self, do not have fear when you're trying out new things is incredible. Incredible.
Oh my God, yes. I cannot like express that enough because especially on Twitch, anyone who is queer on the space
Yes.
is has people that come through feeling like they're either in like a family situation that um where they can't just be openly themselves,
Yes.
or um they just or feel like they can't in
Hmm.
certain places of their lives, and they come to Twitch to be able to do that,
Yeah.
and just to be able to like have a space to be like, hey, I think I'm feeling like this now, like
Hmm.
I think I want to go by these pronouns.
Yeah.
Just to be able to kind of dip your toes in certain things and kind of be like, I think I might feel like this is part of my identity, is
Right.
so important, because that's actually part of like how I realized I was non-binary
Hmm.
was um the more people started bringing that discussion to the internet, the more I just kept kind of looking at it being like, interesting, okay, like this is something that's so new, but the fact that people are being so open about it and talking about their
Right.
experiences is really nice. So then like it was specifically on non like one of the whatever day International Non-Binary Day is. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I remember that was that day that year where I just remember being like, I wonder if I am. So I literally Googled, how do I know if I'm non-binary?
Google coming in clutch. That's perfect.
And then I just wish Google would have just been like, that's the answer,
Hmm.
silly, right there.
Yeah.
But like just the reason I felt so comfortable just to being like, hey, I know this is me. This is how and like, this is who I am is, I've from that point, I had built my Twitch channel so far, and all my friends, that I have offline are incredibly supportive people.
Hmm.
Like, so it just was one of those things where it felt so easy to do because I already knew how people were going to respond to it.
Right. I love that. I really do. And yeah, it's a double-edged sword being on the internet, right? Because
Mm,
uh, you find your people, and then sometimes you also find, the trolls and the homophobes and the
mm,
people coming through that want to invalidate you. But I will say that overall, I've had far more positive experiences online, being a woman, being
mm,
queer, talking about pronouns, et cetera, than I've had, the alternate. Um,
right.
so, what would you say to somebody if they were thinking about having an online presence, either TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, becoming a creator on Twitch, and maybe they're nervous about being themselves?
Something I always think about, and is that there's nothing that a stranger can say to you that is ever going to be more mean or like full of hatred than, they just don't know you.
Hmm.
So like there's just they can't possibly say a mean thing to you that's coming from a place where they really know you.
I love
So
that.
them just like using these like mean things and coming in just to hate on you for, your sexual orientation, your gender identity, whatever it might be, that's coming from a place that has nothing to do with you.
Hmm.
And it's not an easy lesson to learn, of course, because I think if having a presence online is something that's new to you and you haven't had to learn to like cope with some of these things, that can be hard to just jump into. But
Right.
having been on the internet as long as I have, like this is like I grew up with this, so like
Right.
I troll comes in, on Twitch, says like you're gay, like okay, whatever, I don't care, like
You're like,
you
really? I am? You know?
like
Yeah.
the amount, right? News to me.
Yeah.
um like of the amount I care about the fact that you decided to come in and say that and waste your time and your effort,
Hmm.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah.
Like I'm just sitting here having fun and entertaining people. You're the one that like wasted your own time to come in here and try to insult me.
Right.
So there's nothing a troll can say that's like really going to have anything to do with you,
Hmm.
to the point where like you should feel too scared to stream or too scared to do whatever kind of content you want to do
Right.
out there.
Definitely agree. And you're going to find your people too. And I think that's really important to say. You are going to be able to, connect with others around the entire world that have the same passions and the same interests as you. And yeah, it's beautiful. I don't know where I would be today if I didn't have this incredible community that morphs and grows and, adds different people into my life.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
It's wild how like Twitch becomes like you think about these people sometimes when you're like not
Yeah.
streaming. You're like, I
Yeah.
wonder how they're doing. I wonder what they
Yeah.
do when they're not at my stream, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh God, what are they watching tonight? What do we think our friends are watching? And
Yeah.
um, yeah, I love that so much. I really do. Yeah. The internet is, listen, like I said, the internet can be a beautiful or a terrifying thing. Sometimes I see stuff on the internet. I go, you know what I miss? The days of just posting cat photos, right? But then I think about
Oh
all
yes.
the friendships that we've made, and I say, you know what? The internet really is a nice place. It really is.
It
Of
really
course,
is.
there are bad apples, but overall, we're gonna turn them into applesauce.
That's true. And applesauce is pretty good, so
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, we have talked a little bit about everything. I still have some more questions that I would love to ask you.
okay.
So we talked about, having an online presence. We talked a little bit about, our identities and labels to kind of, change over time.
Mhm.
When we were talking about your non-binary experience as well. We talked about your, coming out journey. Um, so about navigating everyday life, right?
Mhm.
Have you ever had somebody use incorrect pronouns for you? And if you have, how did you go about correcting them?
So for me, my for me being non-binary is a little more of a less about pronoun usage and
Mm,
more so like just who I am.
mm,
Like whether or not you like try to refer to me as a man or
hmm.
like manly or
Right.
things like that. That's where I start to be like, ooh. Um, so as far as that goes, I definitely, when it comes to just like interacting with the world, if I'm going grocery shopping, if I'm just like stopping at a store real quick or, picking up medicine, you know, there are times where people will have that sort of those interactions where they're like, because I look the way I do and I
Hmm.
know I do, so that doesn't really bother me that much. But people will get very like, oh, they try to like interact with me in a way that like tries to like uphold like my sort of macho whatever. Like there's like a thing that people like guys do for like other people like they see as guys, like they call them boss. Like
Boss?
things like that. It's weird. And anytime
I've
I
heard
hear it, I'm like,
dude, but I've never heard boss.
yeah. And like, it's, yeah, things like that. I feel like
Okay.
dude doesn't bother me as much either,
Yeah.
but there are some times where I'm like,
And yeah, yeah.
depends on the day.
Right.
But, so for me, it's so much a personal thing for me that like I enjoy being open about it because I think it's a valid and an experience that people should, just know, just in case, they might feel the same way. But for me, it's so much like if strangers are doing certain things, like if I in my head I'm thinking, am I ever going to see this person again or interact with them? It's probably not worth the fight. It's probably not worth my energy. I'll just whatever. Um, just take it and go. But when it's people that I know I'm going to be seeing a lot or talking with a lot or who I'm going to have regular interactions with, it's kind of like there's this feeling of like y- this is a thing that's important to me because it's something that has been, the more I look at it, the more it's been at the core of my identity for a while. I've never felt necessarily masculine or feminine in any way
Hmm.
as I've grown up. So when people who are closer to me like try to like label me as a man or like a guy, like I'm kind of like, that's when I start to be like, come on.
Yeah.
Like I've said this before, like and sometimes people forget. Sometimes people just like, it's I get it. Being non-binary is like it's such a vast world of nuance that if it's not something that if you haven't talked to somebody or like had someone in your life that identifies as
Hmm.
non-binary, it's so much to navigate.
Right, right.
But I think it's, once it's important, it's same as being, it's similar sense to being gay. Like
Hmm.
once I come out as this thing, it's like that was not super easy for me to say. That was something I reflected on for a very long time. So it would be nice if you showed some effort in trying to make sure that you respect it the way I would like to be respected.
Right.
So even if for me it's not necessarily pronoun related,
Hmm.
because like for me, excuse me, people can like use he or they interchangeably, and it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Um, but if people start going into like my friend Jeff, he's a good man, then I'm like, change
No, no,
that.
no, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. So like that's where it gets to be like, if you're my friend and you're starting to say those things, like
Yeah.
we need to have a little bit of a
We,
talk.
we, we need a chat. Totally. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
I really love your point, too, of kind of picking and choosing your battles. And that's something that I very much do as well. If it's a troll on the internet that I'm never going to be interacting with again, or they're just setting out to try and ruin somebody's day, I most of the time don't engage on any of the
Hmm.
platforms. If it's somebody in chat, mods 9 times out of 10 will delete it before I even see it anyway.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but yeah, if there's somebody very important in my life and they're doing something like that, whether they're talking bad about, me and in regards to my sexuality or anything, that's when I call them out. Um,
Yeah.
that's not to say that it's not important to call out or, looking down upon anybody that does want to call out all of the BS that they see all the time. But in my experience with dealing with stuff online, I used to overexert myself trying to call out people,
Hmm.
and it was taking more from my cup.
Yeah.
So for me, I wanted to take care of myself, and I kind of realized that for a lot of these people, one thing that I'm going to say to them is not going to change their feelings, and that's what they're looking for. So I said, you know
No.
what? Conserve my own cup, refill it, let them do what they want to do. They're still going to be on the internet. They're going to make another profile. They're going to do this, that, and the other thing. So,
Yeah, that's such a good thing to bring up.
yeah,
Is like you will, especially the longer you're online, like
yeah,
you will be able to see when people are coming in just to be hateful or if they're coming in because they're confused.
right, right.
And that'll be, like you said, conserving your energy.
Hmm.
You'll learn how to do it so much better.
Yeah, and you can even tell too. To me, you can tell genuinely when somebody is trying to ask a question to be
Hmm.
part of a conversation, and maybe they didn't phrase it in an appropriate way, but they'll follow it up with something that's like, oh, I'm really sorry, or this, that, and the other thing. And a troll won't care. A troll
Oh
will
yeah.
just keep going. So it's kind of a blurred line, of course, and it can be difficult sometimes, especially when you don't have that face to face interaction and you're just typing on a keyboard. Uh, but it can be done. It definitely can be done.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go back to talking a little bit. Well, I mean, not completely about Gaia Online, but I keep noticing your beautiful little Luna plush on your microphone. And tell me a little bit about some of your favorite animes. So obviously
Oh
Sailor
my gosh.
Moon.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor
Sailor
Moon?
Moon.
Okay. Love it. Love it
Uh
already.
yeah, no, she's a legend. She's an icon. No, it's like I remember watching Sailor Moon when I was like, oh gosh, I was in elementary school, and it was whenever they had it on Toonami.
Hmm.
Uh
Oh, I remember
and
Toonami. Oh, yeah.
yeah, so many, like they put so much good anime on there
They had
too.
Dragon Ball Z because I think that's when I first started watching Dragon Ball Z. I had no idea what
Yeah,
was
yeah,
going
yeah.
on, but I'd watch that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would come on in enough time for me to like catch like because sometimes I would like catch like a middle of a Sailor Moon episode or like
Hmm.
not the whole thing, but like DBZ always came on at a time where I could watch the whole episode and like I was
Yeah.
always just enthralled by it. So what was funny is like when I was watching Sailor Moon when I was younger, like there were watching it later in life, I was like, wow, there's so much like so many queer elements in this. Um, that I didn't even know about it when I was younger. But like funny that like this thing that I actually did take a liking to when I was younger
Yeah.
has so much queer stuff in it that I was just like, oh, it was always meant to be, huh?
Yeah. That's it's
Always meant
funny
to
you
be.
mentioned that because I was actually going to go and ask a question, saying that do you think that I don't know if necessarily like Sailor Moon, but you did say Sailor Moon is your number one, allowed you to kind of explore because of some of their
Mm.
themes, and kind of say, ooh, what about this? Or ooh, what about that?
Well, it's interesting that you say that now because there was definitely a time in high school where I was reading good old Yaoi.
Oh, yeah,
Good old man on man mangas.
yeah,
And I don't remember how I got into it, but I remember having a group of friends that was kind of getting into some of it too. So I started reading some. Oh my gosh, there was one I remember that I was liking a lot called I think it was called Gravitation
okay.
something. It was like about like some like it was about the music industry and like the main character was a singer and he met like a
Oh,
producer or
cool.
something and so like there was a whole bunch of just like little like manga stories like that where I just kind of kept reading them and it was very much like and that definitely contributed a lot because I think those were some of the first times I really saw same-sex relationships play out in a
Mm,
story. So it kind of got me to figure out like, oh, like how do I see myself fitting into a relationship with a man and like what kind of dynamics do I enjoy seeing in stories and like is
yeah.
that a dynamic I would enjoy? So like even though like I maybe wasn't like actively dating anyone at the time, it was still nice to kind of like see those things and be like, oh, this is kind of like what it might be like to be a gay person.
Right. I love that. I love that so much. And you were still in high school at the time, you said, right?
Hmm.
When you
Hmm.
first did? Yeah, yeah. That's so cool. So, was there a big segue for you? You said it was a manga?
Yeah.
It was a manga. Okay. So, do you feel like you kind of hit that from being, watching anime for a very long time and then the manga just kind of came along? Do you think you would have read them anyway because of your love of reading?
I don't know. Now that I think about it. Anime and manga, I don't it was one of those things that it just I think it was because of like the years of watching DBZ
Yeah,
and all the things that was showing up on Toonami that I just naturally started taking an interest in a lot of anime.
for sure.
But a lot of the actual like anime I watched, none of it was not a lot of it was like had same-sex relationships in it.
Mhm.
I think yeah, honestly I can't even remember one.
Yeah.
So a lot of the manga I was finding was honestly just like friend recommendations. Um, and from then on, and then what stunk is like after that, like it was so hard to find queer representation just like in media that wasn't that.
Right.
So I
Big
was glad
time.
that I had that growing up in high school because I think right after coming out, it was nice to be like, oh, now I can read these stories about people like me, and it
Mhm.
felt it felt validating.
Yeah, for sure. And especially at that time period, I feel like I didn't really see a lot of queer books until I was in college. I remember
Yeah.
going to Barnes and Noble. God, I would be there every week. But to be fair, I needed to get stuff for my classes.
Mm.
And they would have like separate tables, right? What that'll say,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like LGBT books or whatever. And I went, what? I remember the first time seeing it and going, these exist? Because I could never find anything, or if
Yeah.
you did, it would have been written in like the 1800s and it was terrible. I don't really
Uh,
like a lot of old literature. I'm just not a huge fan outside of
it's
Shakespeare.
very,
It's
very
dry.
dry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there are definitely some saucy novels out there and queer novels out there that have been
Mhm.
written, but the brunt of it is just not exciting, number one. And number two, it's not relatable. You want books that
No.
you can kind of see yourself in. You
Mhm.
become the character. And I'm glad that there's so many out there now. And even in video games,
Mm.
I'm still trying to unpack my trauma from playing Unpacking a few weeks ago.
Oh no,
That
I've heard.
got
I've
me
heard so many about that.
so
Oh no.
bad. Like, oh, it was great. Highly recommend it. But I had no idea there was a story behind it. I thought, oh, I'm just gonna play a puzzle game. This is great. This will be nice. Let's unpack some boxes. I moved back into my father's house. I still have boxes that I need to unpack, so it's fine.
And oh man, that had to have
Yeah.
hit just like a bag of bricks.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go back to Sailor Moon for a second. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I recently, and when I mean recently, I mean a month, 2 months ago, just started watching Sailor Moon. Had never seen it before. And I don't know what compelled me to do so. I think we were just watching Hulu one day and it was under my recommended section. And I said, let me give it a try.
Mm.
I fell in love immediately. Like the characters are so cute. I
Mhm.
specifically remember in the first episode, oh my god, I might butcher Usagi? Am I saying her
Yeah.
name correctly? Usagi's crying, and it's basically her way of using a superpower at the time.
Oh, yep.
And I remember being so emotional my entire life and always having people, speak negatively about my emotions, whether it's, oh, you're going to go on and win an Oscar because you're faking it, or, can you stop crying at everything? And I finally found, years later, at 33 years old, somebody that is portrayed as being emotional, but that emotion is used as a superpower. It made me feel
Uh-huh.
incredible, you know?
Honestly, yep. Her, and you'll see if you keep watching and like get to the end, you'll see that her like the theory, like their first impression of her always is like, oh, she's annoying, she's a crybaby, like
Mhm,
she just all she does is whine. Like she's got superpowers. Like
mhm.
I think people like feel like, oh, if I was Sailor Moon, I'd love it. And it's like, would you?
Yeah.
Like she's a 14-year-old girl who like has now been told that she needs to save like the universe.
Right, right.
Like I don't know that I at 14, if I was told that, would want that.
Right, right. Same
I'd be
sort of
like,
thing with Buffy, or any
yeah,
setting. It's like, well, now, you are a teen that needs to save the world. I would panic and freak out too.
yeah. So like I feel like her like just openly sobbing in the face of like some like extraterrestrial like thing with like sharp teeth is like, I don't know, reasonable.
Right, right.
um cuz
Realistic. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and like so the fact that they did turn that into, well, let's try to make this like, let's turn this into something that she uses as a way to like fight them, or
Hmm.
like her own powers kind of being like, let's help you out a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think she's a genius like creation of a character.
yeah, yeah. So with both anime and then also I think scary games too.
Mhm.
There is a big portion of the queer community that loves both. I have seen
Oh
like
yeah.
so many, and cozy games as well, but more specifically like anime and scary games. Why
Yeah.
do you think we like them so much?
Ooh. Mm. With anime, I feel like there's an aspect of it that's so over the top.
Mm.
Um, the first word I think of is camp.
Yes, yes,
Because camp
definitely.
camp is usually so aware of itself,
Hmm.
and the fact that like in anime everything is so over the top, like how do the writers not know that they're making it over the top? They know
Yeah.
they are.
Oh,
They
they
know they're
know.
making it
They're well
ridiculous.
aware. Yeah.
So yeah, so like watching those things go, I'm like, it's so ridiculous that it just is now entertaining.
Hmm.
Um, and with scary games, I think I think there's a level of like we're never gonna be more scared than we were like having to come out,
Yeah.
having to be like persecuted simply for our identities. So I think the idea of playing like a scary game where we're in these situations where like there are like ghosts or like monsters or even if you're not going the supernatural route, if it's just like, I don't know, something like a serial killer coming after you, like,
Right.
okay. And like
I've been through worse.
I've
Right.
been through
Yeah.
worse
Yeah.
than something like this chasing me in a video game. This is gonna be fine. We might be scared or get jump scared in the moment, but I think like the overall like theme of it is like whatever, like there's nothing you can do that I'm going to be afraid of more than I've been afraid of my own life. So
Yeah.
this there's like a rush that you get from it that doesn't feel terrifying. It almost kind of feels more like there's like a level of suspense to it, like, oh, what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
Big time. Big time. Especially, I kind of like it too because the story is already there and you're
Mm,
just playing it. You know,
mhm,
yes, you have to make some decisions, but it's different because your path is already laid out there,
yeah.
whereas our paths in life are not. And it's really
Mm,
nice to have that escapism, in all different types of this of media. Let's be honest, but that's definitely a draw too. And basically saying, yeah, whatever this monster is coming out at me right now, it's still not as terrifying as what I went through. I really love that. That's great.
yeah, it's just nothing's going to compare.
Hmm. Yeah. And Panic said too, horror and anime and metal communities are the most accepting spaces I've ever found. I love that. And it's true. I this weird kind of little piece of the internet, right? That
Hmm.
has so many like intersecting communities of anime and cozy games and horror games, and maybe sometimes like I found this too with like K-pop. I know that it
Mm,
tends to get a bad rep for some of the different portions of the fandom, but
yeah, yeah.
K-pop is in general like very inclusive, and I have found like a big huge love of it while I've been in quarantine. I think we messaged like what, a year or two ago, because
Yes, we did.
yeah, and I said, "Oh, what are some of your favorite K-pop bands and stuff?" And you'd
I
posted
think that
stuff on
list is still
Twitter, and
growing.
oh my God, I downloaded so much from you. So good, so good.
I'm so
Uh,
happy to hear that.
but it's so great to have these sort of, just again, inclusivity in all of these communities that you wouldn't necessarily think to have it, you know?
Yeah, and I especially with the horror thing, sometimes I think that sometimes is such a personal thing to where I think everyone's gonna have their own reason why they like
Mm,
are so drawn to horror, but like
yeah,
with things, and I'm even seeing someone mention Final Fantasy,
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a level of like there's a level of fantasy with a lot of these things, even with like anime too, where it's it feels kind of like, I mean, we've had to kind of in a sense, fantasize about what our life's going to be on the other side of coming out.
Mm,
Like, what's it going to be like when I feel my most authentic self? Like, how's my life going to be better? So I think some of these, a lot of anime worlds out there are very like tap into some of these like inner fantasies and desires.
mm.
Excuse me. And with Final Fantasy, I feel like the level of I've been a Final Fantasy fan since like, oh god, like I was like 6 years old. I've
Oh,
been playing those games for a
wow.
long time.
Love
And there's a
it.
level of fantasy in them to where like you can almost see yourself in that world. Like they do a very good job of making it be like, yes, this world is like outlandishly fantasy and like all of this stuff, but like you could still see yourself here. Like you could be here too, kind of a thing. Like there's such a way of like inviting you into the world that it feels
Right.
like it's kind of like being that little gay kid on the side, being like seeing like a pride festival or something, being like, wow, that looks really fun. I want to be there too. And it's like, well, you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't
Come
know.
with
That's
us.
that's in a sense that's how I feel about all these like worlds that we so naturally draw ourselves into is like
Yeah.
the worlds themselves already do a good job of seeming inviting.
Right, right. I love that. And it's such a weird dichotomy too because a great example I could use for this is Animal Crossing, It's
Oh
wonderful,
yeah.
it's great, it's cozy, but Animal Crossing already has those vibes of, yeah, you can do whatever you want here. You can build whoever you want, you can be whoever you want. Um but it's specifically in the horror games where things are supposed to be unsettling and terrifying, and
Mm.
you wouldn't think that there is this great community, but somehow along the way it just developed. And I love that. I love how they overlap.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And there's
Yeah.
sometimes a level of like, especially with horror, that can almost be glamorous. So
Yes.
I think sometimes like even in all like the terror of it all, like you can kind of like you can be stunning.
Yeah, yeah. While you're stunning.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I see
Hey,
what you did there.
hey. Jeff, thank you so much for doing this portion of our stream today with all of these incredible questions and giving
Of
everything
course,
from
of
your heart.
course.
Why don't we jump into some Escape Simulator?
Oh my God, I would love to.
Yes.
Love to. Do you mind if I run to the restroom real quick?
Please,
This
why don't we
coffee.
why don't we do a BRB? I'll put a
Okay,
BRB scene up because you know what? I need to run to the restroom as well, so this is
perfect.
perfect.
That
All right,
coffee went
y'all.
right through me.
Yeah, same. I'm still sipping on mine. All right, y'all. We will be right back, friends. Hello.
Oh wow. I was getting my character customized.
Oh my God. Yes,
I,
amazing. There's a couple of different outfits that you can use too, which I'm really excited about. Let me pull it up on my screen. We are going to be playing Escape Simulator for anybody that is unaware. We played it the last time that we were live with Misha Crossing, and I had so much fun that after that stream that day, uh, I played more by myself for like 2 hours.
God, I feel like that's gonna be me because I've done like escape rooms before, and
Yeah.
I like right after I'm done, I'm like, let's go again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, let's keep going. I've only done one like in person, and I'd love to do it again specifically because we had a big group, so you couldn't
Yeah.
go in any solo groups. It was like a group of 20 people and
Oh my
mostly
God.
kids. So of course, the empath in me said, "Yeah, let the kids experience this. It's fine. I'll just go along with them." Um,
Right.
but I definitely want to have a chance again to do it maybe with myself and my spouse. That would be really fun.
Oh, that would, yeah, no, it's so much fun.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just, the amount, like, and especially as like, I always love when like time starts running out and you're just like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do?
Exactly. All right, I need to
Uh,
invite you. I'm not
let
seeing
me,
you on my list. Let me double
yeah,
check,
let
and I
me,
have to go online too. I think that's
I
part of
know
the
you sent
reason.
me a friend request and I like, there we go. I should be on there now.
Oh, I see you. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say my name should be ThatNerdViolet. I used to have
Yeah.
funny names up. I had a problem with Misha the last time because hers was under something like the gay agenda or something like that. It was hilarious. I'm like, I know we're friends, Misha. Where are you?
So you can find me at the Gay Agenda.
Yeah. All right, let me
Hell yeah.
see. Oh, there you are. Okay. So I invited you on Steam, so you should be able to see that
There we go.
invite. Okay, awesome. Um, so you've never played this before, so I would suggest
No.
starting off with the tutorial,
Okay.
and then we can pick one of the other rooms to play.
Perfect.
So this is basically going to give you all the information that you need. If you get stuck at all, let me know, because some of the mechanisms are a little weird. It took me a moment.
Okay. All right, we're moving. Marty
Still
was
wanna know-
here.
I want to know who Marty was.
Yeah, who is Marty? Oh, okay. They do like a little step-by-step sort of thing. Like, okay, now
Yeah.
do this.
It'll tell you the whole thing to do, which is great.
Okay. Oh, and then we crouch. Okay. There's a button. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, there's a key.
Me already playing this game. I'm like, what am I supposed to do again?
Wait, what?
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Oh, we doing puzzles.
So many.
There we go. Oh, mouse wheel.
Yeah,
Oh my God. I love a mouse wheel, like
right?
scrolling inventory. So helpful.
It is. I love it too much. Ooh.
There is a shortcut for collecting items quickly.
Examine the box closely.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Now, this was the one that I had a hard time with before. Oh, that's right. I have to bring it up over here. 274.
Oh, and then you can like the examine like the items closer.
Yes. Which is going to be very important for us for some of these rooms.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to remember that because that's always the one thing in like Resident Evil games that I always forget to do.
Yes.
And I'm like, what does this box do? I don't understand.
Yeah, why does this mean anything? Oh, right.
Right.
I haven't played many Resident Evil games. Resident Evil 7 was actually my first that I'd ever played. And then I played recently Resident Evil 2, which was fantastic. Oh my God, amazing.
So good.
And I want to play Village at some point, though I've heard it's a little bit different in comparison to the other two games.
It's definitely, it aligns a little more into like kind of the action route.
Yeah.
When it comes to horror stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still, I think it's my favorite one so far, just because of how entertained I was through the whole thing.
Right, right. All right, so we are in this room. Oh, you know what? I'm just noticing that your camera is a little.
Oh, there you
No,
are.
it's on my side. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that's better. It was showing like more of Discord than I was happy with. I was like,
Oh,
oh no, I didn't situate this scene properly. You could still be seen. It was just showing more OBS.
oh,
Um,
got it.
look at your fit. Oh, I love it.
I know, right? Look at you. You're looking ready
Fabulous.
to explore.
I said, what would I wear if I was searching a tomb for a mummy? And I went with that outfit.
It looks great.
uh,
I love the little dinosaur on the wall. Too cute. Oh my god.
so adorable.
Okay.
So this box that's right next to the door, this is basically clues that you can print out if you get stuck.
Okay.
There's a timer on it, so you can't just spam it. But we'll have that in different rooms if we end up needing a hint.
Got it.
Which
Okay.
is cool.
Okay. So I'm assuming we're trying to unlock the door.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember this at all. Oh, there was something here.
A little wind up thingy on the
We've
bed.
got a winding key.
I found a shape. I don't know what the shape does yet, but I found it.
Some of these, I will say, I'm overthinking it.
I feel yeah.
When I did this with Misha, I was like, do I need to take a pen and draw on something? So
Do a
that
whole
was
sketch.
not it. Yeah.
This car has a windy thingy on it.
Oh.
Looks like.
Let's.
So that might
Let
be
me
it.
try and invest it. Oh, yep. All right. And then there's the key.
Oh, there it is.
I think that's all we needed, right?
I think so.
That was it. Yay!
Yo, we escaped. We escaped the bedroom.
We did it.
Hell yeah.
Love it. All right, we're going to exit to the menu. So, Jeff, why don't you pick for me? We can do Labyrinth of Egypt, Adrift in Space. I'm going to skip Edgewood Mansion because I've done that before with Misha. Or Omega Corporation, or if you want to be festive, I guess, Holiday.
Ooh, what's Omega Corporation? Does that look like a...
It basically looks like a business of
I'm
some
into
sort.
that.
You want that? Okay.
Let's do
We will
that.
start off with the lobby. Dun dun dun.
The lobby.
Yeah, I always overthink too. I even overthink in D&D when I think, oh, what's behind this door? A mimic? I don't know. No, the door
hey,
opens.
You never know. You never know what could be
I'm
back
too
there.
cautious. Oh, wow.
Okay.
This looks like... Look, is that blood on the wall? Or just paint?
Yeah,
Who's
I'm
smearing
hoping,
some blood?
Just, a little leftover ketchup from lunch.
The workers painted over the wiring schematics. That's what this little sticky note says.
Okay.
So... All right.
Does that mean that we need to paint it over it? Does that mean that we need to get rid of the paint on the wall?
Maybe? Can I paint on this? No. This is... Oh, I apparently threw...
Well, you said we don't need it.
Here, I took it back out.
Paint, not today.
Here, you can have
Did
that
I-
floor.
Oh, yeah. Take it, floor. It's all yours.
Okay, that's just a regular sign. We can't get back here on the desk at all, huh? So that's not going to be important. Oh, wait, what is this one?
I can pick up the
Clipboard.
chair. Oh, I can move it. You found a clipboard?
I did. So it has different visitors' names and their times of arrival with check marks next to them, except for Emma at 1400, 14 o'clock, whatever that is, and no check mark next to them. I feel like that might be a hint. I'm going to put that right there.
Emma. Do we think...
I'm going to try this out. Oh,
Oh, we getting some water. We're hydrating.
we're hydrating. Is the water actually going down?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, it is.
Is it?
There's like a little water squirting out of the cold water thing.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know if that had anything to do with it.
This tree, I don't know about this tree decoration. It's got, oh, well, I threw it. It's got, never mind. It's got some like fruit symbols on it and they're all they appear to look all different. So I'm assuming, I don't know if that's gonna come into play for something
Oh.
later.
Oh. And it all
Yeah.
says 0, 1, and then the backside says 10. 0, 1, and then 10.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's gotta be a thing. So
Yeah.
on this keypad right here, it has all the symbols that we're seeing up here,
Right. Okay.
but it's not.
So the one thing that came to mind for me with the Emma, it says 1400. Oh, that's like what time she arrived. Okay, right. I was gonna say what if that's like the code for this keypad on the drawer.
Oh,
I guess there's no
why
harm
don't you
in
try it?
trying.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not.
No. However, so we've got 6 symbols here, right?
Yeah.
So 1400 translates to is that 2 o'clock?
Yes.
So hear me out. If the rook is noon, then this symbol on the side is 2 o'clock. 1400. So maybe we should put in
You're
this
right.
symbol and then follow along. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it would be that symbol and then the horse.
Right.
Unless I can't do that all at the same time. All right, that symbol and then the horse. And then what's after the horse?
That would be the pawn.
The pawn. Okay.
And then I believe the king. It's whatever one of the royalty has the cross on top.
The cross. Okay. And then the next one would just be the queen, I think.
Yes.
And then no,
Okay.
did not work.
I wonder if there's something here that lets us know what order it is. Because like I think the wait, what if this is okay, so we have the five people have check marks. One people don't. I don't know what that means yet, but do we maybe have to do these like in a certain order?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
The only other thing that I
know.
can think of is this tree that has 1 on the front but 10 on the back.
Okay.
So if we started with 10 instead, that would be the queen's crown,
Okay.
and then the rook, and then what comes after that? The horse? No.
Bishop. Are we going clockwise?
Yeah.
Then it'll be the bishop, yeah.
Right. Bishop, then horse.
Yes.
All right, and then pawn.
Yes.
All right, and then king. Nope. So both of those, no.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm gonna put the clipboard down because I don't know. Like, something tells me like the names mean something, but I don't know what yet.
Evacuation plan, no.
Can the evacuation plan being to bust this window open and
Right?
leave? Let's go.
Yeah, so 1400 was not that.
Okay, so the hint on this is escape from office B4 on this sticky note here.
So if we're starting with B4, we'd go into the restaurant, we'd go into hall 8, and then we'd go into lobby.
Okay.
But that's so weird. Like, what is that supposed to indicate? Oh, did we?
And I don't know because
Pull open these? What is this?
Oh,
it's a card. It's a
I didn't
cake
realize.
photograph. Oh, there's nothing in there. Just a random 30th cake. All right.
Oh, I was about to say, is someone's 30th birthday?
Yeah, apparently. And so you will find things called tokens. I don't really know what those mean. I think you might receive more hints for more tokens, but I haven't actually understood about that at all.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there is also there is a clock on the wall. I
Oh,
don't know if you saw that yet.
no.
It looks like it's
12. Is that?
I can't tell if it's 9 o'clock or 12, because both the hands almost look the same length.
Oh, I see.
And then there's one longer one.
I think it's like 12. I think it might be. Oh God, you are right. I can't tell. I think it might be like 12:20, but
Yeah.
that other hand is making me think that might not be right.
Oh no.
Then we got the camera. Yeah, the workers painted over the wiring schematics. Yeah, but I still want to know, how did they paint over the wiring schematics?
Yeah, that is
That's
also
still
what I
weird
have
to
a
me,
question about.
right? All right, so we have no indication about that. Escape
No.
from here. Yeah, so it won't even let me take this off the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
What'd you see?
I didn't mean to throw it.
Did you
I didn't know
fling
what
something?
I threw the plant. I didn't know I was doing that.
You're like, okay, we're just gonna destroy this room. It's fine.
Listen,
I do that all the time.
I throw something,
I do
if I
it.
throw something hard enough, surely this will work.
Do you want to try and press a hint so we can maybe try and see?
Yeah, I
What,
feel like we might need to.
Yeah, I feel like we're on to something here, but okay. What? Okay, so this has the login that we're looking at for the little file cabinet. It says, my age, my pink favorite beauty, left then right. I feel like that's making me even more confused. Here, why don't you take a look at this? I'm going to plop it down right there. Oh, well, my age is 30. We found that out.
My favorite pink favorite beauty, yeah, you said. And then left, then right.
Pink favorite beauty. Pink?
Is there anything?
Yeah, you and I are in the same boat. Like, what is
same brain?
Pink. All right, so we know 30.
I haven't seen anything pink.
I haven't either. Pink. The tree is not pink.
Are one of the fruits on there pink? But then again, I don't know. I don't know what that would. Maybe. Oh wait, maybe.
Actually, we have grapes. We have cherry's not pink. Strawberry isn't pink. My favorite pink beauty. A pear? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. What else would indicate?
My favorite pink beauty. That's red.
No one's name reminds me of pink.
I was gonna say, is there like a? I don't even know what a pink name would be. Like Ruby? No.
Ooh. Favorite pink beauty. Yeah, what did that clue do for us other than like
nothing? And then it said left then right.
Yeah, left then right. Yeah, because there's nothing in here that you can do left and right with.
No. Left.
Unless they're talking about, unless it has something to do with the evacuation plan, but doesn't feel like it.
That's where one of the that's what one of the sticky notes said. Hint: escape from office B4.
I think I just got what the pink beauty is. This this photo here.
Yeah.
Is of a car, and it's pink.
Oh, okay.
I'll put it down here. It has a license plate number on it, but I don't know if that's what it means.
ZG53AA. So maybe it's 53 if we can only put in numericals. Like numerals.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
that might be it.
Oh, wait, left and right means maybe to type it in forward and then backward.
Oh my gosh, maybe.
53? Okay, so it would be 30, 53. I'm just going to put that in once. Okay, that didn't work. 30, 53, left, then right. No, it'll only let me put in 4 numbers, so...
Okay. My favorite Pink Beauty. So maybe it's just the left then right. Would that mean that it's okay? So if it says left and right, would it be 30? Because this is 53, so would it be 35?
Oh,
03?
no.
What? Okay, and it has to just be a 4-digit code then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Left, then right. 5330 didn't work either.
Okay, well, that's so weird.
I think we should do one more
Yeah,
clue.
please.
Like, we're almost there.
2 minutes.
Okay. What?
Oh no, is it confusing again?
So, oh no, this one was telling us the age, which we already knew. Here, I'm going to put this down over on this side. Just the age. Oh.
Okay. What? Oh, all right. Well, thanks. Thanks, escape room.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Me. This game is so much fun. Also me. What do we do?
What are we doing? I feel like... Oh, what?
Oh, Jeff, look. I turned the monitor
we
screen around.
We were pushing the wrong one.
Do we think?
This has got to be... This looks closer to the keypad that's on the picture. Okay.
No?
Oh.
Wait a minute. Left then right.
So 35.
That will allow more numbers.
It will, but it won't allow 8.
Oh, it won't? Okay.
So that's why I'm not sure what numbers it's got to be.
You want to try one more hint? Let's see if we can.
Might as well.
Let's have our hand be held. Okay, it showed us where the car was. You know what, game?
Okay,
I've had enough of you.
We're ahead of you there.
Up to here.
Left and then right. That's the thing that's confusing the heck out of me.
Okay, idea.
Okay.
So age and then the car. And it's maximum. I know yours can have more numbers, right? Why don't you try putting 30 on your screen, and I'm going to do 53 on this one.
Okay.
No. It was worth a shot.
Okay.
Jeff, we're right there.
We are
What does this want from us?
I don't know.
And there's nothing that we can select on the picture frame, right?
No, that's... So it only allows 6 numbers.
Okay.
I'm noticing. And do we think that the numbers on the... Do we think the numbers on the, like, the license plate have anything to do with... Like, the letters, I mean?
Maybe?
Possibly. Also, on this thing, for some reason it's... Oh, it's saying that if you click on forgot password, it'll show that hint that we found in the thing.
Right.
Okay.
And then the age. Yeah, hint, escape from office B4. I still want to know what that means.
Yeah, that part's also...
If you escape from office B4, you hit the restaurant, then you hit hall 8, and then you hit the lobby. So I'm wondering if it has to do with 48. You said that there's... How many? 6?
I think, yeah.
30, 53.
Yeah.
What about 30, 53, 48?
Oh. Nope.
Nope. You're killing me, Smalls.
Oh my god.
Oh, something to do with the shoes for this one.
The shoes?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
the shoes that are in the corner.
Oh, there is a 9 at the bottom of one shoe.
Ooh, and there's an 8 at the bottom of this one. Left, right. 9, 8. 9, 8. 98.
Okay, so 305398. Ah,
Yeah!
we got in. Left and right was the shoe.
We're great hackers. Put us on your TV show.
Yes, please, please.
Cool.
Okay, so no X-ray item.
Oh, saying reconnecting. Return to menu. Did my internet just shut off? No, you're still here with me, right? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Ooh, that scared me for a minute.
Oh no.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Okay, so there's LED display controls, and you can select a display message of off or closed. There's also welcome and important.
Ooh.
And it looks like we can X-ray some things, but I don't.
Oh.
I'm assuming we got to X-ray something.
Oh, you know what it was? I think it's because we ran out of time, but it didn't boot us out. We're still in here.
Oh, does it still let you complete it even though you run out of time? Okay.
It should. I believe, yeah. Perfect. I think that's just how long they want you to try and complete it in, which... To me, I don't know if we would have hit that.
Brain moving 100 miles per hour.
Oh, I see. Okay, so welcome to a megacorp. So what if we did important? What does important say? Oh!
Wait.
011101001. Is that for the security clearance? 011101. Hold on. Can you read that back to me? Oh, the symbols that are missing. Okay.
Oh.
So we have to actually, for the security clearance, it's this little pole right here. So we have hand camera, standing, cell phone, moving, and then phone. Camera. So it's the cigarette, shopping cart, and then the gun. Oh, I got in. Current employee name. Oh, I need their number. Oh, that must be it. Can you read the number to me?
Oh, yeah. 011101.
Oh, no. It'll
okay.
only let me put in 3 numbers.
Okay, that binary must be something else.
Yeah.
So this is, those are visitors. I don't know if that's going to be employee names. Because, oh yeah, we need an employee ID number.
If you don't escape, you don't get to escape. So we're stuck in here forever.
This is the not the most exciting of lobbies to be trapped in.
And then X-ray, no item sound. Welcome, off, and closed. Yeah, that's got to be something.
Yeah, I'm wondering, because there's an X-ray feature, I'm wondering if that we have to put something through there, but I don't know. But what? Like, just try anything, I guess?
I guess.
Putting the tree in there.
Put the tree in there.
Oh, I fell. Oops. No, come on, tree. Get in there. Can I put the...
Unless it's not supposed to, unless it's like a red herring.
It could be. It might be, because anything I try to drop on there is
not going in? Okay. Still interesting, though.
Yeah. I thought maybe. Okay. Where... If we look at security clearance, does... Oh, no, that's just the number again.
So that would be a 3 thing of number. Oh, hold on. All right, so then that would be... All right, so we're dealing with 2 different keypads right now. So the keypad on the computer has 3 digits. The one on the cabinet is 4 digits.
Right.
I want to see if we do another hint. If it will. Yeah, so that one is saying... Okay, so this hint is saying B4.
B4, okay.
So this one has to do... But that still doesn't make sense, though. Unless B is supposed to stand for 8. But then what would Hall 8 stand for?
I don't know. What is the... So that has the like the little electrical symbol on it. Is there anything in here that is connected to that?
So if the door is here, it would be in this corner. Oh, well, I found a token.
Oh, sweet.
Let's see if we can we drag this plant out?
Get out of here, plant.
Yeah, come here, plant.
We're looking for things.
Anything on the bottom over here? No, the plant's too thick. Oh God, I'm sorry. We'll just put you over here.
Sorry, plant.
Just trash in the office now.
We got things to do.
Yeah, we got things to do, people to see, rooms to escape from.
Yes, come on. Get with it.
Is this just a carpet on the bottom? Okay.
Yeah, I thought like maybe it was gonna like be a little switch.
Yeah.
Do a little beep boop on it.
Little
but
beep boop.
Nah. Okay. Well, that.
Yeah. B4.
Oh. I found a token. Never mind.
Nice. Well, that's still important, I think.
True.
All right. What are we not seeing on this thing right here? What are we not seeing?
Okay, nothing on the. I'm gonna look on the paint just to see if there were anything, but I don't think so. I'm in like just look around. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. There are like some symbols on the paint can, but I think it's more like general.
Yeah, I think
warnings.
it's just That's what I was looking at too.
Don't put this near that.
And I can't move the water at all. All right, what else you got for us? I swear to God. Yes, we have looked at this a million times.
Oh no.
They're still saying for us to look at the escape route on the wall.
Oh, they're really trying to get us there.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, no. What is
there.
it about this then? So there was a hint that said we're supposed to start at B4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
unless 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for little things at the restaurant. So if we did 4, 5, 8, 0.
Oh.
You want to try that?
Actually. Let me try it.
Are you?
That was it. That was it.
I'm so proud of us. We did it. We did it.
We did it.
Try sacrificing the other person to appease the gods. You know what? What is that?
You know,
is that
we have to do it. It's like looks like a metal detector of some sort. I'm thinking. So naturally, I throw it on the ground.
Yeah.
It is a metal detector. Okay.
Metal detector. So maybe that's where our X-ray is going to be. X-ray status, no items found. So if you couldn't put anything in there, maybe. What else could we? Oh. Well, no. But what about this portion of open wall? Can we do anything with that? Probably not.
Oh yeah, no. I'm trying to figure out how to use it. Like if it's probably just gonna go off and when you like hold it on something.
Yeah. And we still have this configuration of numbers. Oh, I got another token. Over here, which I don't know, we would need to enter that in.
Oh. So the metal detector goes off when I hover it over the rook.
Oh.
No, the bishop, I mean, sorry.
The bishop, okay.
And the
oh.
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 Oh, I think this has to do with whatever code we need to put in on the wall.
Okay.
Okay, so
bishop
is one of them.
Okay.
And then I believe that's the king also.
Bishop, king,
queen.
Oh, that's it.
Bishop, king, and queen, yeah.
Okay.
It goes off in the middle too, but I don't know what that means.
We did it!
Oh my god.
It's a briefcase. I'm gonna put this down here for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
What's in the briefcase?
It says, help me. The code is on the bracelet that's inside the case. Left is regular, right is reversed. So it gives us room for 6 numbers. 3 on the left, 3 on the right.
Left is regular.
Right is reversed. So we have to put it in backwards on the right-hand side. Which, the only other numbers that we're working with right now are the ones that are up top. Oh, that's going to be a pain if we have to try and put those in.
Well, because I was going to say, this is 9 numbers.
Right. Anything else in here? Nothing.
Left is regular, right is reverse. So, I mean, if we go off of what's on the screen that looks like binary, I mean, just worth a try.
Yeah, try it out.
That means it would be... Would it be... I forgot the numbers. Is it... would it be 110?
110 on the right, but 011 on the left.
Okay. Try 110, and then you said
011 on the left. Hell yeah.
It has not unlocked.
Okay.
So I don't think so.
So maybe not that one. And do you want to try 101, which would be the same on both sides? Oh,
wait. Where did the briefcase go? Okay. I was like, where'd I put it? In my pocket. You said 0. Which one? On what sides?
101, which would be the same on both sides. So 101 on the left, 101 on the right.
Oh. Does not.
No.
Not opening.
So then on the left you could do 001, and then on the right would be 100. No. Hint. Don't give us one we already know. They did. They told us to read the note on the briefcase. What? We're readers.
No.
We're readers.
No. Read it on the brief. Okay. Thank you.
Here, let's see. We still haven't found out the employee ID number either. So that's important. We had welcome up. What about off? Oh, it's just completely off. Okay.
Oh.
So what about closed?
Sorry, we are closed.
Okay, so yeah, that has to be something.
Yeah, that's
then.
gotta be. Yeah.
And then the security clearance, which is supposed to be just 3 numbers.
I hope this doesn't require us to actually know binary.
No, I would doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that to people. Hopefully. We'll see what the other hint says when it comes out. So that has 01 and then 10 on it. The tree. I feel like the tree is supposed to be something.
So yeah, the tree is different on either side.
Oh, okay. This hint is telling us to put the briefcase in the X-ray machine.
Oh. I was going to say that X-ray machine might be important. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Where is the briefcase?
It's right behind the table.
Oh, there we go.
Right over here. Yeah. This is
in the
a hard
X-ray.
one.
A little bit.
Go in.
It's in.
Okay, hold on. X-ray. It shows a phone and a bracelet that says 619.
Oh, maybe that's the one that has to go in?
That's got to be it.
Okay. All right, Miss Briefcase. So it's...
So 619, then 619, then 916? It might be reversed. We might have to do that again.
61991. Come on. It opened.
Yeah.
All right. We got a
note. A photo.
What did we get? We got a security badge.
Oh.
Access level 2 for Gregory Clark.
Gregory Clark. Okay, he's not on our list.
Employee number 042.
Oh, all right. 042. Cool.
Sweet. Okay.
Clearance level 2.
So I also scanned the I just tried to scan the badge on there
Yeah.
and it worked on the door, but it says now it needs a password and now it has all the fruit symbols on it.
Oh. Okay.
So now this fruit tree has got to be something.
Okay.
I don't know what
Fruit
for.
tree. Fruit tree. Yeah, and then clearance level. I just made that dude's clearance level go up to 5 for whatever reason, but now it's there.
Listen, he got a promotion.
Yeah, he got a promotion from us.
Woo. So, okay.
Oh, I know. That has to do with the binary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
But how?
Right.
Let me put this there. Okay. So, because my thought
So
was
it
like
could
maybe you go first.
So each of these comes off of a branch.
Right.
So on one side, you'll have the strawberry as 0, the cherries as 1,
Okay.
and so on and so forth. But if it's going back and forth, you don't really know which one it is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to put this down. Follow the branches. Yeah.
Following the branches, that actually is that's sound advice.
We're kind of getting there. I guess
Because
that is right on both sides. So both sides are correct, no matter which way you swing it around.
okay. So all right. So let's see. The first 0, 1, 1. So if we follow the branches 0, 1, 1, that means the first symbol would be an apple.
Let me put it in. Apple.
1, 0, 1 would be 1, 0, 1 would also be an apple.
And then we need one more symbol.
No, wait, sorry. The second one should be a cherry.
Apple, cherry. Okay.
And then 0, 0, 1 would be another cherry.
No.
That didn't work.
Did not work. I think we're on to something here, though. This has got to be it.
I do. And I like here, if
If
you
I
want to
print
look
out
at it, I don't know if I
this
read
was
it
one
wrong.
of the other ones. We already did that.
Oh, I have it.
Way
Sorry.
to throw it. Okay.
I just think that's so funny about this game is like, here, you read it. It's in my pocket.
All right, so 0, 1, 1 would be an apple.
Okay.
And then the next one would be
1, 0, 1.
0, 0, 1. Okay, and then it would be 1, 0, 1. So let's try grapes.
Okay.
And then 0, 0. And then apple again. I think it's apple, grapes, apple. No. We're so close. I can feel it.
Yeah, so that's where like I'm struggling to figure out like what's the correct way to read
Oh,
this?
wait a minute. Okay, I think I understand now. So
Okay.
we're looking at the branches, and I think we need to start from the base.
Okay.
So if the base is 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, which would be apple.
Okay.
And then if the base is 1, 0, 1, it would be pear.
Mm.
And then 0, 0, 1 would be cherry. No.
Nope.
Man.
Oh my god.
Hints. Hints. You doing to us. Yeah, so they told us to look at 011, 101, and 001. We already know this. We know this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you. So good of you.
You know what, Jeff? I'm really glad that we're doing this in the comfort of our own rooms. I think at this point I'd already be suffering from claustrophobia. Like, let me out, let me out.
Yeah, I know, right? Get me out of here.
Yeah, throwing a chair through a window.
Yeah, no. Glad they made this experience virtual.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Okay, so the first one was 00011.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 0, 1.
Yeah, right hints. Yeah.
It has to be, Apple has to be the first one.
I think so. All right, I'll put Apple in.
And then it's, okay, 0.
That's what I did, Sulky, and I hated having random people. You know, that's why I let the kids go. I went, okay,
0,
never
1,
again.
1. Yeah, 011 has to be Apple. And then it's 101.
Mm-hmm.
1, 0, 1. Maybe it's banana.
Okay, Apple, banana.
And then 001. 0, cherry.
Cherry. All right, apple, banana, cherry. Yes!
Oh my god, we did it! Oh, that was.
Look at us!
Oh, the branches go off in weird ways, and that's why I had to like change it to different angles of it. Oh my god, we do little dances.
We did it.
That's so
Look
cute.
at us. I love it. I love it so much. I'm like,
adorable.
why don't we try attempting one more? And if we got to cut it short, we'll cut it short.
That was fun though. That was
that
cool.
was really fun. That was one of the more difficult ones that I've done. For sure. That was tough.
Woo.
All right, we got basketballs. Got a folder. Is there anything in the folder? Oh. 70. I don't know if that's going to mean anything. I'm going to put that down.
Okay. Got a Megacorp hat.
This
Apparently
one
going to pocket that for myself because fashion.
Oh, God. We're going to be dealing with math.
Oh, no, not math.
65. Okay, I'm going to put that down. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going to put that down there.
Oh, this cat mouse pad is the cutest thing.
I got a person's photo. Can I throw this through the hoop? Oh!
Score!
I did it!
Hell yeah.
I don't know if that
Heck
meant
yeah.
anything, but I still did it.
that means we have to get out of here.
Okay,
Like,
perfect.
it means we win immediately.
This worker has their refrigerator hidden behind a code. Don't touch my food. Sad face.
Yeah, don't. They must have had their food touched a little too many times.
Yeah. Oh. Does this do anything? Oh, sorry. I just turned off the lights. For no reason. There we go.
No input source. There's
Oh,
looks like there's a
locked.
A locked phone as well.
Oh, I have I don't know what this is. A RAM module. I feel like this is going to come into handy.
Oh no.
A RAM module. RAM
Yeah,
module missing. Oh, on the computer.
Oh.
How am I supposed to... I put it in from the back? Where do you put in RAM?
PC builders help.
Yeah, PC builders, please. RAM module missing. I can't. Okay. No, that's...
Are there these papers in this thing, instructions?
All right, here.
No,
I'm
just-
gonna wheel out the chair and see if I can do something on the inside over here. Oh.
Oh. This feels very accurate to like home
I think
PC
I need
builders.
I need a screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Yeah.
You're like squatting over the PC, and I'm just like, I'm supervising.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got it.
Like, you're doing great over
Oh
here.
wait,
You-
I found the RAM module.
Oh, you did too. So there's gonna be multiples. All right. Why don't we put them on the desk for right now?
Oh man, oh, but we can like see inside the whole PC over there. That's kind of neat.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Oh, do you maybe need to have it like? Oh, we do need a screwdriver. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
you're
was
right.
thinking. Did I already open
Okay.
up these ones? I think I did, right? Yeah. Umbrella.
Folder.
Oh. I don't know if that means anything. Might have to look at that again later.
There's an umbrella. Ella.
Ella. A.
A.
Papers. Do I shred these?
Oh. Oh.
I don't know why I'm shredding papers, but I thought it was a good idea.
It felt like the right thing to do in the moment.
Shredded paper.
What if we must have to use like paper for something soon, because like I think, yeah, paper keeps spawning in that drawer.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we found another RAM module. So what are we up to now? 3?
Oh dang. Oh my god, how it's such a fun continuity thing. The
Right?
photograph here is of the same person that we got the badge for.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, so we've got paper and we've got paper. Okay.
Anything in the plant?
So, no screwdriver. I'm going to press a hint because I feel like we're getting there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it did say for us to turn this over.
Oh.
Oh, and there's an eraser on here. Oh.
Oh.
So. Okay. So I erased everything that I
Oh.
could.
That
And
has
it's
to be
just-
the path for the phone, because it says draw your pattern.
Where is that? Oh, for
I
the
have
phone? Oh, all right. Yeah, try that out.
So that would mean it would be starting from, I'm assuming, the bottom left,
I think so.
up here. to up
Do be
here.
loving sports.
Oh,
nice!
I got on the phone.
Yay!
Got on the phone. Okay. So now in the phone we have a weather app, Stonks,
Stonks.
and TQ Unlocker.
Ooh. That's got to be something good.
Yeah, because there was a note on the desk that said something about doing TQ stuff. Triangular codes were made for scanners, but can be read quite easily by hand too. Each is a 3-digit code in this order. First is the top one, second is the right point, and then third is the left one. It's got some numbers on here. So, oh yeah, this there's a lot of numbers and stuff happening here that I'm like, I don't know.
I look at numbers, and as a queer woman, I shake in terror.
immediate
Yeah.
body trembles.
Yep.
So yeah, this sticky note says, I finally got my head around TQs. This one means 6. And
Oh, that's the triangle
yeah.
with the big, like the diamond missing, basically.
Yeah.
You take a peek. We're made for scanners, but we're... Okay. So I think this is going to be when we actually have the computer on.
Okay.
Then they have stocks, and then we're in Zagreb, wherever that is. That's where we are with our weather.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this down. I think this is helpful to us, but I only think it's after we get the computer turned on.
Right.
If I am
Okay.
correct.
So, all right, come on, screwdriver, where are you?
So we still are looking for a key to open up that drawer, and then
might have found it. There was a key in the watering can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just hanging
Oh,
out.
crap. Okay. Let's open the
So
drawer.
maybe it goes to this one. It sure does.
Yeah. It's just so scary, Sulky. Ooh, what is that?
A loop food menu.
What?
Oh, we ordering some lunch.
Oh, good.
Perfect. Build your own special. They got sesame chicken, crispy duck, shrimps, pork. So many good things.
Sounds delicious.
I know, right? Also, it's all pretty cheap.
Don't touch my food. I wonder if that has to do with our password to get in.
Don't touch my food. Okay, so it might, because all the food has like has prices.
Mhm.
I wonder if it's maybe the code is linked to the price of the food.
Maybe.
I guess we have to figure out what the food is first, if that's
Oh,
the case.
hold on. That was on. I think it actually might be to this. So, Jeff, if you come over
Oh.
here, you see how this is the same logo from that food company?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, so on the food menu on the top it says Loop Food, and then it gives the phone number 551-1165.
Let me see how many numbers we can put in here. 4. So 1165? No.
No, okay.
So it is just a 4-digit code.
And that node can't be picked up. Oh, this gets this gets the brain turning in just the right way.
So this lock on the fridge is letters, 3 letters.
Okay. Loop food. Okay. I don't think we have enough to go off of yet
No.
on here. That's
Jeff, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to end it here today. So
Yeah.
you and I will absolutely, if you would like to, need to continue playing this because this is
Uh,
so much fun.
Please.
I have
please.
loved this. Like the two of us just moving through together has been phenomenal.
Oh, it's been so much fun.
I just want to say thank you so much again for joining us today. Thank you so much for talking about all of your experiences and sharing your journey with us.
Yeah.
It really means so much to me. Can you tell us where you can find you on the internet if folks want to check you out?
Yeah, for sure. I am at JeffBrutlag everywhere. At twitch.tv/JeffBrutlag. I stream Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I am very active on Twitter as well. I've been posting on TikTok very actively.
Hilarious
you
on
can check
Twitter,
me
by
out
the way.
doing-
Please, please, please check Jeff out on Twitter.
Thank you. And been pretty active on TikTok, and I've been posting some. I've been getting better at posting stories on Instagram. I was falling off for a little bit, but I've been getting back on it. So yeah, those are all the places you can find me. And yeah, thank you again for having me. I really enjoyed being a part of this.
Thank you so much again. That is going to be it for us today, y'all. I hope you have wonderful, incredible Fridays. Have wonderful weekends. We will be back in about 2 weeks from now for my last stream with It Gets Better project. I'm so sad. We're going to be joined by my special guest, Hydro. So that will be a really, really wonderful last hurrah stream. Jeff, thank you again for making this possible. Please, please, please go follow Jeff. Y'all have a great and wonderful day. See you later.
Bye.